Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is struggling to get interviews. They said, I've kept applying over the last couple of months with multiple resumes with different projects that would better align to the job description. That is already a problem, but barely get any interviews and first rounds. I don't know if I should build better projects or what would be the best way to improve my job search. Well, the best way to improve your job search is you want to build multiple resumes for different job titles, not jobs themselves. This is like one of the very, very common misconceptions job seekers have. Also, I do more than tech resumes. I want to let everybody know, but right now the tech market is truly well cooked. So 90% of the resumes sent to me are like full stack engineers and software engineers. But the biggest thing that people have a problem with is you don't want to tailor your resume to the job. That actually leads to less interviews based on how the ATS actually works, which I have made a video about. But the short is first come, first serve. That's how it works. It does not keyword match. Everything else you've heard about in ATS is probably a scam and a lie from someone trying to steal your money. But what you want to do is tailor your resume to a job title. This involves, before applying to a job, tailoring your resume to a particular title or a niche of title. So in the case of a software engineer, you would title it to full stack software engineer or back-end software engineer, Python, back-end Java, back-end C#.net, or front-end or AI engineer, because the qualifications for each of those jobs is different. So tailor your resume to the job title you want, and then don't touch your resume. Just mass apply. If you have to change your resume for a job you've already lost, based on how the ATS works, is you need to be applying to jobs within the first 100 people. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a bad time. So with all that said, let's see if this resume is good or garbage, which probably garbage because they're not getting any interviews. So what do we need for a full stack software engineer? Which is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, SQL, any of them, Cloud, any of them, backend, Python, C#.net or Java, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React or React Native, Git, GitHub, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I don't care that TypeScript means X. I don't care that everybody has it. If you don't have it, you are not moving forward. The most common thing job seekers mess up on is they do not include something because they think that everybody has it. If everybody has it and it's common for your industry, put it on 3 times, because you know who's going to reject you? The hiring manager. The hiring manager is the one that makes this keyword list. It is not me. I do not make this list. The manager makes it, the one who is technical in hiring you. So if you do not put TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, you are telling the manager that you are not qualified to get an interview. And there is no way I am going to send them somebody that is not qualified. We recruiters learn very early on that if it's not in your resume, it does not exist. So it better be TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, especially because everyone has it. Then CI/CD, Agile, DevOps, and extra credit for any of that other stuff. So, recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. If we cannot find it in 20 seconds, your resume is yeeted and deleted. So, let's see if I can find these in qualification format, not keyword format. Qualification format is what you did, how you did it, the non-technical reasons the business asked you to do it. So basically the impact, and not in a skill section or summary. Those are the 4 things. What, how, why, where. If it's not that, it is not a qualification and I'm not moving you forward. So 20 seconds on the clock and whoop, let's redo that and go. This doesn't matter. Formatting is awful. Architected core UI for an AI powered using React. Mostly a hot dog. Cutting job friction. I don't care about that. Who cares? Design and shipped scalable asynchronous backend using AWS. Good. Celery and RabbitMQ. No. Reducing pipeline latency. This doesn't matter. AWS does. And time. Oh, that was it. That was all the time I had. This is why you're not getting any interviews, is your bullet points are awful, and you filled them with hot dogs. So I want you to imagine that you're hungry. You go to a restaurant and you're like, hello, waiter, I would like a cheeseburger, please. And the waiter goes, all right, honey, coming right up. You just want one cheeseburger? That's it? Do you want anything else on that cheeseburger, honey? And the waiter goes, nope. And you go, nope, just a cheeseburger. So the waiter goes, all right, coming right up for you, sweetie. And then they go to the kitchen and they bring you back and they say, all right, here's your plate of hot dogs. And it'd be like, I wanted a cheeseburger. Why did you bring me a plate of hot dogs? The waiter says, well, these are the best hot dogs you're ever going to have. And a hot dog has meat like a hamburger. A hot dog has cheese just like a hamburger. So when you actually said a cheeseburger, what you really meant was this plate of hot dogs. And I assure you, these are the best hot dogs in the West. You would look at them like they were crazy and you'd be like, I did not want hot dogs. I don't care how good they are. I don't care how impressive they are. I wanted a cheeseburger. I am leaving. And they would leave without paying, rightfully so. And that is the same problem you have here is, yeah, it's great that you designed and shipped a scalable asynchronous backend using Celery to reduce pipeline latency by 35%, cutting failure rates by 55%, and enabling parallel processing for high volume workloads. You know what I don't care? It doesn't show me that you use JavaScript, HTML, or CSS. It doesn't tell me why you did that. All it says is you did some latency or failure. That's a hot dog. Celery is a hot dog. RabbitMQ is extra credit. I'm going to keep that as extra credit. I've seen that sometimes. But everything else is a hot dog. And that is a problem in hiring because if your resume has a hot dog, yes, it is adjacent to what I like. Yes, it has meat like a hamburger. Yes, it has buns like a hamburger, but it is not a hamburger. It is a hot dog. And I do not want hot dogs. I want hamburgers, which is why you're getting rejected. Then we have facilitated a cloud-based what cloud? Oh, AWS, cool, but you already mentioned it. Of processing specifics to build a RAG pipeline for Mistral Foundation on Amazon Bedrock, resulting in 12 accuracy. Again, irrelevant. I don't care. Stop trying to impress me. I will never be impressed by your resume. The hiring manager will never be impressed by your resume. You know why? We don't have time, bro. No one has time to be impressed by it. It's like, you're at the DMV, right? You need to renew your license or get something. Everybody hates going to the DMV. The line is out the door. So you're waiting in line. You have the form, right? Your resume is the form at the DMV. The recruiter is the clerk at the front desk. They are just going, yes, no, yes, no. So you finally wait like an hour. You get to the clerk and they say, do you have form 38B? And you say, yes, I have form 38B, i.e. your resume. And they say, okay, did you tell me how many vehicles you've had in the last 2 years? And instead of telling us how many vehicles you've had in the last 2 years, you instead say, well, what I have had a Honda, and what I did with that Honda is I ended up doing a wheelie on it, and I was able to drive over the Grand Canyon in one giant like leap, just like a bunch of other stuff, and it was really cool. And I got the engine to go like 1,000 mph per second. They would look at you and be like, cool, declined, come back when you give me form 3.B filled out correctly. And that is the exact problem you're having here is all this stuff is excessive. You're trying to impress me. You're including hot dogs. This is the only thing that matters. If it is not this, it does not belong in your resume. Right? Again, some of this is okay, like React.js and Next.js. Okay. But you know what I don't see? I don't see JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I don't see React or I don't see React or React Native. I do not see RESTful API or REST API. I do not see SQL. I do not see cloud. I did see cloud. You did have cloud. I do not see Git or GitHub. I did not see CI/CD, Agile, or DevOps. And because of that, I'm going to reject you. And I don't like it. I don't like rejecting people. So yes, it's good that you went to the top 10 CS in the US. That's cool. But this person, top 10 in the CS, still getting rejected left and right because their resume is garbage. And that is why your resume is garbage. You are trying to impress me. You have way too many hot dogs. You don't have what I actually want, not enough hamburgers. And when you did actually include the hamburgers, you did not tell me the non-technical reason you did it, which is the impact. You filled it with numbers. You do not want any numbers in your resume except dates of employment and your phone number, unless there are 3 exceptions. The only 3 people that want numbers in their resume are Managers doing leadership stuff. If you have leadership, you need numbers. Salespeople need a lot of numbers in their resume. And the number of users on the infrastructure that you built as a software engineer per week or month. That is it. If it's not those three, you don't want it. So this is why this resume is garbage. It has nothing I need. And it doesn't matter that you graduated from a top 10 school, because nothing else in here is impressive. Because we cannot be impressed. A resume is a minimum qualification document. So that is all I can do for this resume. Please, if you ever want your resume reviewed, you can join. You can do so in the link below. Submit that. Join in the stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube and Twitch. I give resume reviews on at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlestheadhunter. And to my members, I wanted to thank you very, very, very much. My members allow me to do this content for you all. They are the ones supporting this channel, and they get access to videos early. So if you are a member or you want to be a member, you can join in the link below. But to my members, thank you for keeping this channel afloat. I really appreciate it. Your membership means a lot to me. And let's go to the next resume, but thank you very much for your support. This is a resume of a project coordinator. This is this person's second time, so this resume better be better than it was before. What they want is degree or high school diploma, project coordination experience, multitask while meeting deadlines, proactive problem solving, industry, communicate to all levels of the company, and MS Office products, including Outlook, Word, and PowerPoint. So let's see if they have it or not. Formatting wise, mostly good, although the margins are a little off. They crunched it down here. Remember, there's a reason I have all this white space. White space is good. Do not fear the white space. The white space is healthy. So 20 seconds on the clock. And let's see what we've got. And go. Multiple time sensitive tasks. Okay. We can write this better, but I like the idea of it. Worked in project support, administrating customer services temp across multiple entities. This I don't like. I need to show how you did it. Used Excel to create tables and track records. I love that one. Used Outlook CRM for internal and external mails. Canned responses and scripts. No, don't do this. And time. Okay, so it's better. It's better than it was before. There is a problem you have that I've seen a lot of people do, which is you try to say gained experience or learned to do X. I do not want you to show me that. I'm sorry. I don't want you to tell me that. I want you to show it to me. There is a writing thing called show, don't tell, which is the equivalent to that is going to a movie theater and a character says, I am angry. Lee is angry at this resume. Lee does not like resume, which is telling me, while showing me would be like, oh, this resume is infuriating to read. How could you do something so obvious? Like, that is showing me. And I kind of want you to do the same thing is, I don't want you to tell me that you learned and adapted. I want you to show it to me. And then the first sentence is not terrible, but I actually don't need you to tell me multiple times. Like, you can just say balanced multiple time sensitive retail tasks by... See, I actually, there was something else you had previously. Like, I want you to... The rest of this is kind of like prioritizing workloads, communicating updates to colleagues and managers, resolving issues easily. I'd rather you reverse this. I think that's my problem with this is in the wrong order. I'd rather you said resolved issues. Let's see. It would be something like resolved issues, resolved, let's say scheduling issues or whatever it was, to prevent delays, created communicating updates to managers and colleagues so they could prioritize their workloads, to make sure the store's cleanliness and sales standards were the same. You flipped the important part. This is burying the lead. The most important part is this stuff right here. Right? And this needs to go first. This is the part that's actually relevant. The rest of it is sort of fluff, not fluff. It's to make it appear, show me what you've done. So that's what I have a problem with there. Better than it was before. Again, this is a better than it was before, still needs work. Worked in project support, admin, and customer service as a temp across multiple industries. Where I X, Y, and Z. You have to show me what you've done. This is where you show me. And working in multiple industries is not a keyword. In fact, if anything, you might want to just remove this sentence because your second sentence is really good. Used Excel to create tables and trackers to record data, monitor progress, supporting organizing, record keeping, and the management of multiple tasks while meeting deadlines. Perfect. That has 3+ keywords. Excel, multitask, meet deadlines. Shows me how you did it. Shows me why you did it, right? To support the organized record keeping and management of multiple tasks. That's a really good sentence. The problem is it's all the way down here. Like, I want you to write the rest of them like this. This is great. It's just no one's going to get, like, maybe they'll get there. And then used this for internal, external calls and email, Word to draft. Don't say canned responses, just say scripts. Scripts is just a nicer way of saying canned responses. So just say scripts in a customer service setting so we could X and Y. This is why you need to show me what you've done. Again, this is better than it was before, but this is where you need to show me the why. This does not have a why. I need the why for this one. Demonstrated proactive. Do not tell me, you need to show me. By improving the efficiency hour weekends, this is... See, again, most of this is not necessary. You already proved that you can... Like, here's the thing. You've proven you can multitask in this line, right? This shows multitasking. This doesn't necessarily do it. So, if anything, I would move the bullet points from here, which are increase customer engagement and workflow. Like, this, persuading IT... This can be its own, but I need to know more. So, like, why did you persuade them, right? Reduce the call manager. No, sorry, you did tell me the why. I just need more. This only has 1 keyword, and remember, I need 3. So, if anything, I would maybe wrap this up into something else and add a little bit more about maybe project coordination or something. So yeah, that's my problem with that, is you buried the lead in the first one. Your first bullet point here has basically nothing besides Office 365, but you already have 365 stuff in the third bullet point, which is eh. Your second bullet point is fantastic. No notes, perfect. Probably should just be your first bullet point on this one anyway. And then your third one does not have the why, and your fourth one has the persuading is good, but you need more because that's only 1 bullet point. So overall, this is better, but we still want to make it better, right? We want to give you the best chance you can. So that's all I could do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a Python software engineer. So if you'll notice, Python qualifications are different than full stack. So what do we need for Python? We need Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, and then it is broken into 2 different types. We have ML Agentic and its tools, so LangGraph for multi-agent systems, or full stack with JavaScript, HTML5, and CSS3, which you've noticed, even for a full stack Python engineer, the requirements are different than a full stack engineer that knows Python. So a full stack Python developer is different than a Python full stack developer, which is why tailoring to the job title matters that much. So, and then nice to have is Fast API, Flask, and Django. I don't know why I mispronounced that. I actually know how to do that. All right, so let's see. 20 seconds on the clock. Do we know this person's ratio? We do not. We are not. They are new grad. We do not know what they've done yet. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Formatting is awful. Built a Flask REST API. Nope. Commas are needed. They created and tracked it into very queued running and completed workflow. What is that? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Implemented asynchronous with Redis queue. Don't care. And Python workers. Okay, good. Why do I need this? I don't know. Persisted verification, audit logs, and PostgreSQL. You already mentioned that. No, you did not. For API workers and time. Okay, my problem here is A, this is a nightmare to read. Remember, we are qualification, not keyword hunting. So this right here does not exist. This does not matter. You have to show me in the bullet points. Although the problem I have is, A, the formatting's bad. This is what you need. There's just not a lot here, right? Like, I just don't have enough. I don't even have enough of the Python stuff, not even getting into the AI or full stack stuff. Like, built a Flask, again, extra credit, but the problem is you said Flask REST API. You cannot do that. You need to put Flask, comma, REST API. But what you need to say is built a blank using Python, REST APIs, Flask, SQL, Docker, in an blankety blank so that we could X. Because built a Flask REST API is not a keyword. And remember, if Java is different than JavaScript, then Flask REST API is different than REST APIs and Flask. You need to be very, very specific, because if you combine both of them, they may not know that they are the same thing. And sometimes they're not the same thing. People always get mad at recruiters for that, but guess what? They're not always the same. And I've seen software engineers argue amongst each other in the chat sometimes. So this is not a keyword because it does not have a comma. And then again, why do I care that you tracked identification verification across running blah, 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 blah? That's not a non-technical reason. Why do I care that you implemented asynchronous job processing with Redis queues? I don't. It's a hot dog. To keep verification, I don't. None of this is relevant. Why do I care that you persisted verification decisions? I don't. None of this is relevant. Again, Docker Compose instead of Docker. You need to delete this resume and start again. I need you to make it basic and boring. I need you to make it understandable by your grandmother. In fact, I want everybody in chat to think of somebody they know that is the worst person they know with tech. Could be your grandparent, could be your parent, could be your uncle, your aunt, your sibling. Hopefully it's not your kid. But somebody you know that when you said, I've got a computer science degree, they said, so does that mean you can help me turn on my computer? And you go, well, no, technically that's the internal software is what most of it is. And they say, okay, but can you help me turn on my computer? It's running slow. So you go there and it's unplugged. I need you to write your resume for that person. Your projects need to be understandable to that person. What you've done needs to be understandable to that person. And that person is the manager, not the recruiter. Stop saying it's us. It's mostly the manager that needs it like that. So I can't move you forward because the bullet points are bad and you just don't have enough, right? You only have about 50% of what I need. And even then, that's not enough. You need 75%. So I'm going to need you to move into either Python full stack or Python AI, but there's just not enough here. Like, I just don't see it. Like, you just don't have enough qualifications. Even if the bullet points were great, you still don't have enough qualifications, because for Python devs, it's broken down into Python full stack and Python AI, and I don't see enough of either. So this is kind of short, but there's nothing here, and the formatting's off, so I don't know what else to do for this one. We're going to the next one. This is a resume of a front-end software developer. We do not know their ratio. They just haven't applied to enough jobs, because you want to go for around 50 jobs a week. This person has only applied to 50 jobs, and the sample size is not high enough. So I am also a top-rated plus developer on Upwork. That means nothing to a lot of companies. And on the resume, I changed my name and company names for privacy. Okay, that's fine. So let's see. What are we looking for? We are looking for degree, portfolio. You will need your portfolio. Will I be able to tell how good or bad you are based on your portfolio? No, but the manager will want to see that. So it's not going to help you get interviews per se, but it will help you in the interview itself. Then React, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. UI, UX, Angular, Next.js, Nuxt.js or Node.js, REST APIs or API, AI, that you own the process from 0 to 1, that you communicate clearly with designers and product managers about what's feasible and what isn't. And then extra credit is SDK, Vue, Scrum, Agile, and backend languages. You can probably get away without having TypeScript, but you do need JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So let's see. Also, if anybody notices the weird stuff, they have these plant things on their resume on the side. So if you notice this weird little thing on this corner, that's why. Don't do that. Does it look pretty? Yes. Does it make your resume harder to read? Yes, which is not the goal. So again, your resume should not be aesthetically pleasing. That's a misconception. You just want it to be easy to read. So 20 seconds on the clock. Yeah, this is so distracting right here. It's so distracting. 20 seconds on the clock and go. Led the front end and UI good for a company from the ground up. Founders return click. Oh gosh, so close. Built the marketing website, dashboards, complex using Next.js journey across the platform. Need a little bit more here. Improve the product through responsive polish, UI performance, production, and fast with cloud codecs. Little bit more. And then built React, TypeScript good, tailwinded time. Oh no, you made such a basic error. You made such a basic error. Most of the time, people have a problem with the why. In making bullet points, the why is one of the hardest things easiest things people mess up on. They have the keywords, but they don't have the why. In this one, you have the why. These are phenomenal ways to write the why. These are understandable ones. This one's a little mid, right? The second one, but these are relatively good whys, right? This is bad. This is a little bit, you could prove it a little bit, but they're mostly there. But you didn't have the actual what. The what needs to be there too. If you literally just said led the front end and UI execution using TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, for a company from the ground up, working closely with founders to turn unclear product ideas into production-ready user experiences, you alone would probably get a 1 in 15 ratio. Like, that is literally all you need to do. You made the mistake of having a skills section and thinking that it matters that it's here. It's not. Just copy-paste this into your bullet points. And you'll be great. Also, you do need your degree up above. So remember, well, that is the previous resume. So remember, your degree should be here, right? Right up here. So degree and then that experience. And then you have it. You basically have it. Like that's, yeah. And then this, I need a little bit more keywords, like 1 or 2. And then I need you to just be a little more specific. Like, about what the marketing site was for. Not a lot. You've basically got the idea, just a little bit more there. And then here, why was this important? And then you're golden. And you would have done it. You would have done it. Like, that's the problem. Also, you've graduated over 3 years ago, so you can just put status graduated. You don't have to tell me when you did it. And so just status graduated there. But yeah, like, most of the problem people have is the whys. The whys is where people get stuck. They will have the whats, but they won't have the whys. You have relatively good whys, and at least mid in some, but no what? Literally just replace the first one and have 6 keywords in the first sentence, 3 to 4 in the second, 3 to 4 in the fourth, and you're gonna get interviews left and right. I will say, if it's purely remote, you won't get a 1 in 7. That's just how difficult it is. But like, you're so close. That's like really all you need to do. And remove the plants. Wait, don't put the plants there. Stop making it aesthetically pleasing. Make it boring and easy to read. Next resume. This is a back-end Java developer. So, which I really like, because we've done almost every type of software engineer. We've done full stack, we've done front end, we've done back end, we've done Java, we've done Python. That's almost all of them. We're missing C#.NET and AI engineer, but whatever. That's almost every single one. That's great. So now you can see the differences in all of what we're looking for. So this person said, "Hey Lee, I'm from a small Eastern European country, so my application volume is lower as there's not many jobs to apply to." That is a possibility, unfortunately. They require more experience than I have, as they almost always senior devs. The little I do apply, we've had like 1 interview. So let's see. This resume is an updated one, so we don't know its ratio, although the ratio is going to change if you're in a smaller country. And let's see, as to refine it further, as I need to get a 1 in 3 to even stand a chance. So our goal is to be as picky as possible. I am open to applying to US EU remote roles, but they only hire domestically, even if it's remote. Yes, it is. If you are not legally authorized to work in the country, you are not going to be able to. Your resume doesn't matter. There is a misconception that a dev from, I don't know, let's make it easy, from the EU can apply to the US for a remote role. No, you can't. You need to be legally authorized to work in the country that you are applying to. If you're able to get a remote role from that country, it is through a intermediary who's going to hold you on a contract, and they're going to pay you in the currency of your current one. And this person says they can legally hire me as an independent contractor, W8BEN form. No, they're not. No one's going to do that. No one has the budget for it. No one has the approval. No one has the knowledge. That's called C2C. That is contractor to contractor, or C2B, which is contractor to business. No one is going to hire you based on that form unless they hire you in your country, and then they will do the marketing for you. That's just how that works. Your resume is not going to matter at that point. So I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, if you are outside the US and you're applying to the US and you are not legally authorized to work in the US, your resume does not matter. This is not a resume issue. This is a work visa. So this person has been unemployed for over a year and will do anything to help. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate what you're doing. No worries. I am here to help. So, 20 seconds on the clock. Let's put it up. But what do we need for a Java developer? We need Java, Spring, Spring Boot, Maven, SDLC, SQL, RESTful API, or REST API. Ow. I punched the desk. Microservices or CI/CD, object-oriented programming, Git, Linux, Unix, Agile, Scrum, Cloud, architecting or systems work, Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, and Kafka, but rare but nice to have is full stack, which again is different. A Java backend full stack is different than a full stack Java developer and a Python full stack developer, because they want JavaScript, React, Angular, and Vue, DevOps, RabbitMQ, and AI. So remember, there is a difference between a full stack Java developer, a Java developer with full stack, a Python full stack developer, and a full stack developer. They are all completely different jobs with different qualifications. So let's see what I can find in 20 seconds. And go. Okay, this doesn't matter. Use Java and Spring, good. Develop web administration, agile environment, reducing document. Okay, that's fine, but we can have more. Built RESTful APIs in Spring, but it's mobile. Maybe one. Used Hibernate with clients with minimized infrastructure costs. Used Maven for, this is okay. Reducing manual workload. Time. These can be combined. So first things first, if you've graduated with a master's in the same thing as the bachelor's, you don't need the bachelor's, which you did. Oh, wait, no, wait. You do not need that. So second, if you graduated over 3 years ago, just put status graduated, unless this country specifically mentions it. You don't need to tell me when you started. I believe you started this in 2023. The fact that it is the other order is throwing my American brain around, because it's opposite. Keep it, because that's how your country does it. But this is throwing me, not making my dyslexia easier. So yeah, this needs to be changed to just status graduated. And then we go down here, and it's not bad, right? Let's go with what we have. We have Java, right? We have we don't. We have Spring Framework. We don't have Spring. Remember, if Java is different than JavaScript, then Spring could be different than Spring Framework. Just say Spring. Developed a warehouse management system in an agile environment, reducing stock to... See, I like this. It's just your first sentence should probably contain 6 keywords, especially as a software developer, and you've only been there for about 2 years. So you don't need 6 bullet points for this. You could put used Java, Spring, RESTful APIs, Java, Spring, RESTful APIs, PostgreSQL, to create a inventory management system in an Agile and AWS environment. That is 6. That should be what you want to put 6 here. And that way you can move this one to the first line and then the AWS there for the first one as well. And then you can switch Unix to one of the others. And then this doesn't matter. This one is bad. The 4 had it. You want better. So like, you should probably only have 3 bullet points. They can be big bullet points, but they should probably be 3. And then used Maven, employment dues. Like, I like your whys. I like your whys. I just, again, you've been there for 3 years. Actually, you've been there for 2 years. I think you can do 3 bullet points, and I think you can crunch them together. So just combine these bullet points together, and I think you're going to stand a better chance. But, like, you're not going to get a job outside your country unless you have the work authorization. Like, I understand they can work from you on that contract. No one is going to do that. Not a single person. Why would they do that when they can do it in the US or the EU? And if they do, they're going to pay you in the currency of your place. Now, you can find a contracting agency and you work for this agency as a contract and they farm your contract off to other companies. That's B2C, or to other contractors, C2C. And that is going to be your chance to work in there if you do not have the work authorization. Because that form is nice, but no one's going to know it. No one's going to know how to do it. So it's not terrible, but you need to crunch these up together. And other than that, I think that's the big thing, is I just need them to be together. There's too many bullet points. 6 should be 3. And I believe you can get 6 in the first one, which is Java, Spring Boot, what is Java, Spring, SQL, which was MySQL, which is PostgreSQL, that's fine. RESTful APIs, AWS, and Agile should be in the first one. And then we can have the rest of it. But otherwise, that's fine. It's just, again, I mean, you're facing an uphill battle. And look, I will be the first to say this, is my advice will help you. But it's not a magical panacea that is going to make everything better. You are still going to be in for a climb. I can get you a 1 in 7 in the US. But if your country only has like 20 jobs a day, like a week, your resume will need to be even more perfect. And I will be able to help you get more interviews, but it's still going to be an uphill slog. Let's face it, we are in a global recession. Every single country is down right now. I don't know why that is, but we are in a global recession. The US job market stinks. The EU job market stinks. The UK job market stinks. The Canada job market stinks. And everybody else is suffering as well. So I can help you get a job. I can get you a 1 in 7, but it's not a magical panacea that is going to make everything better. If you are in rural Kansas and there are only 2 jobs in a 100-mile radius and you do not have the skills to apply for a remote role, there is only so much I can do. And so, but there is things you can do to at least increase your chances. But I would look at contracting companies and B2C companies and C2C companies in your area, and maybe they can farm you out to other companies outside your country to get you work. So that is it for this video. I just want to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And to my members who get access to my videos early, thank you very much for your support again. Again, I could not create these without your help. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. If anybody wants to be a member and get access early, they can join in the link below. But again, to my members, thank you for allowing me to do this and keeping this for everybody free. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if anybody needs more help, they can join the live stream at every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube. But that is it for me. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and I will see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search. Later.